Hello guys, in our previous video we've talked about how we can make trade execution using the upper and the lower Bollinger Band. This video is a continuation of that particular lesson. So in this video we are looking at how do we take advantage, make our trade entry using the Middle Bollinger Band. So you might be wondering if at all there is a difference between the upper and the lower. Of course, oh yes, there is a difference between that. So in this video, I'll be sharing with you exactly what to look out for when price is around the Middle Bollinger Band. How you can use the Middle Bollinger Band to validate the direction, which is the trend of the market, to determine the trend of the market, and how you can find your trade entry using the Middle Bollinger Band. Now this process is very much easier to understand, and it is not just an indicator base, it is a combination of price action. So what we do is just to use this Middle Bollinger Band to validate what the price is doing. So without much talking, let's move straight and see what we have. Now we established before now that whenever price is above the Middle Bollinger Band, we are in a downtrend. And when price is above the Middle Bollinger Band, we are in an uptrend. And when price is below the Middle Bollinger Band, we are in a downtrend. However, there is an exception to this rule, and the exception is the fact that price moves from here and it crosses the Middle Bollinger Band to the upside is not enough to say we are in an uptrend. We will want to get a validation. What is a validation? Let price come, retest it, or reject from it, and then continue to the upside. And as such, it will be established that we are in an uptrend. And for a downtrend, just as in this scenario, you see that price return. So the price return below the Middle Bollinger Band alone is not enough for us to determine that we are in a downtrend. So how do we know? We want price to go back, retest it, and then continue to the downside. The second thing I want us to take note of is the fact that this particular Middle Bollinger Band line is to be treated as a zone and not a line. Please don't treat this Middle Bollinger Band as a line. What that means in essence is that this is the Middle Bollinger Band. So any movement of price around here and around here, around this perimeter of this Middle Bollinger Band, is as well treated as price touching the Middle Bollinger Band. So please take note of that in your mind. It's just like in a scenario of trading a trend line. Everything that happened around that zone of a trend line is a zone. Support and resistance line is not just a line, it is a zone. So please take note that this is a zone. Having established how we can use this to determine our trend, the time frame to do that is on a 4-hour time frame. Now the next thing is, how do we make entry trading using the Middle Bollinger Band? When it comes to trading using the Middle Bollinger Band, regardless of the time frame, you will be taking your trade based on the second entry, second touch around the zone of this Middle Bollinger Band. Second touch around the zone of this Middle Bollinger Band. Remember, most of the time we don't take our entry using the 4-hour time frame, but rather the 1-hour time frame. But before going to our 1 hour and our 15-minute time frame to find an entry, we will always want to see price around the zone, around our point of interest. So in addition to the point of interest that you know before, today we are adding another point of interest. So one of our point of interest is now the Middle Bollinger Band. So looking at this, price pull back here, and then price went into this zone. Now immediately price is at this zone of the Middle Bollinger Band. Look at this. We will now move to our lower time frame. Now this is the second time price is touching it. This is the first point, and then here now is the second contact, and we say we'll make our entry using the second contact of the Middle Bollinger Band. So let's look at 1 hour. Now you can see this on a 1 hour time frame. So what that means is that any time price is around the Middle Bollinger Band on a 1 hour, on a 4 hour, I beg your pardon, if you come to the 1 hour, price will already be at the other zone. So you can see that beautiful. You see that zone from the 4 hour, and then look at the zone. So here becomes our zone of entry. And remember, we say when it comes to making entry on a 1 hour time frame, we use our candlestick formation. And look at this. You can see this particular bearish pin bar. You can call it inverted hammer, whatever you choose to call it. They will have this first one, then we'll have this second one. So we'll have our sell entry here, and our stop loss is at this point, or you put it at this high. You can see how this trade plays out beautifully well following this particular strategy. So this is our first entry, and then coming to this 1 hour, knowing the direction of the market that we are in a downtrend. So price crosses this. Now look at what happened. I said on every second touch around the zone, second touch, second pullback around the zone is our next point of entry. Second touch, second pullback around the zone. And that's exactly what I want to show you now. Look at this. Price came now, pull back all the way to the Middle Bollinger Band. And look at what happened. We have this price rejection from that point. After this particular rejection, what is the next thing that follows? This bearish engulfing, and you see how price sold to the downside. And then remember, we say one of the way to identify the end of a pullback, so that the price just pull back to this Middle Bollinger Band alone is not enough to jump into trade. What then do we want to see? There is a divergence here. Let me show you quickly. It looks as if we have equal high, but let me show you this. Like I say, when it comes to divergence, endeavor to train your eyes to be able to recognize this pattern. You can see using my crosshair. Now that is the first point, the first high. Look at the second one. and that is a beautiful entry validation using this divergence. So now look at what happened. We have a divergence, that is number one. Secondly, price pull back to retest our Middle Bollinger Band, that is number two, entry confirmation. And then number three validation is that we have a price action. So it was this price action first, price action pull back to this zone before we begin to pay attention at all to our indicator window and to the Bollinger Band. So remember, we said on a second touch. Let's look for another asset and see what this is all about. This is volatility trend, and in this scenario we don't have the obvious touch. So remember, same as this scenario, but look at this. This doesn't play out all the time, but anytime this happens, it is very, very effective. Now we are doing this on a 1 hour time frame using candlestick pattern. You can see that price has been in this upside. So look at what happened here. Price pull back to retest the Middle Bollinger Band, and look at what happened. Remember, price action first. And how do we know that this is the end? Always look out for. It is almost becoming a must that we get now a divergence for us to trade, since we are trading a continuation pattern. Do you see what I got? Beautiful divergence. And then look at what happened. A bullish engulfing candle. You can see that particular candle. This bullish engulfing candle becomes our entry point. So you will buy here, and then your stop loss is here. And it is a push all the way to the upside. So this is how effective this strategy is, and it works most often all the time. Can you see this? Remember, we say we are trading this as a zone. So this as well is a zone of the Middle Bollinger Band. And let me show you, this is a divergence. You can see that. Then look at what happened. Look at the pin bars candles formation, those rejection from that zone. Please, this is very much easier to trade. Simple and powerful strategy. You can see this and this. We're testing the Middle Bollinger Band, giving us a bullish engulfing candle, a divergence. Oh my God, I am enjoying the teaching alone. Then how much more when it comes to executing the trade? Okay, remember we said price just crossing this zone is not enough. So when price, we are expecting price to retest it if it is a valid change of direction. So price did not. So you see now, price gave us another entry, and we are in that trade to the downside. This is crash 1000. Now at time, this retest can be a single candle. Look at the price just break it to the upside, give us a single candle retest, and continue the push towards the upper zone. And look at GBP USD. So in this scenario, this is again another entry. Look at this, beautiful and powerful. engulfing candle, a divergence around the zone. Remember, there is a perimeter. We treat this as a zone. Please always take note of that. And that beautiful entry. Oh my God. Look at this. Another one. It seems this is the best strategy ever. The best strategy ever when it comes to the Bollinger Band. Can you see how effective, how precise, how accurate? Yeah, I should be tagging this video best entry strategy, sniper entry strategy using the Middle Bollinger Band. Very much accurate. Look at this. And I believe you have learned something new. We can go on and on and on. So let's stop the video at this point. And please do not forget to give this video a like, share, subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you'll be the first to get notified when we upload our next video.